Barbi, Bujtas, and a world full of hot teachers. Let's take it away. Barbi, we're going to be in the background. If you need anything, just holler and we'll be here to help. Otherwise, have a great session and we'll see you later. Enjoy, everybody.
Enjoy, everyone. Yeah.
Right. All right. So, hi, everyone, and welcome here. Amazing 31 people listening to me. I'm not nervous at all, right? And thank you very much for this opportunity. And that's a great honor to be able to present here. That's one of the best opportunities for professional development online. And I have seen all the sessions so far, and they've been amazing. So I do hope I will be able to present something that you can use as well. Okay, well, let's get down to work. First of all, okay, I have to find out how to move my slide. Right, so,
You can use the up-down button too, Barbi.
Okay. So, I think the title of my presentation is a little bit confusing, right? 2 or 3 days ago, I asked a couple of friends, colleagues, and students what they would expect from a teacher training session with the title "Fake It Till You Make It." And that was very funny because I asked one of my students, she's a 13-year-old girl, and she told me it must be a session about how teachers hate students, but they fake that they like them. And then I was like, oh my god, this is not really what I wanted to say. Well, okay, then I told her it's not. And anyway, and I asked a friend who's a teacher, and I told her, hey, please help me. I've got this session titled "Fake It Till You Make It." What would you expect from a teacher training session like this? And she said, well, it must be about how to fake being a teacher without a proper qualifications, and how to be like one lesson ahead of your students in the course book. And I said, oh god, so this must be a really bad title for this presentation. And then I asked another ex-student of mine who is also my friend, and she said, oh, she knows what that is, what's behind that title. And she said it must be about how to smile in a lesson, even if you are really sad. So even if you have a really bad day, and if you smile, then you eventually you will your mood will be altered by your forced smile. And well, that was not even close to what I want to talk about, but the inspiration for that title came from a TED talk. I don't know. Do you know this TED talk by a lady called Amy Cuddy? So please write in the chat box if you have ever heard this or seen this TED talk. I'll copy the link by Amy Cuddy. Do you know that one? So here's the link. Anyone who has seen it? Yeah, okay. Maria has seen it. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, actually, this fake it. Let's see what Wikipedia says about this title or this line. Fake it till you make it. It says, "Fake it till you make it," also called as "act as if," is a common catchphrase the purpose is to avoid getting caught in a self-fulfilling prophecy related to one's fear of not being confident. And well, it sounds very much like what my friend said, but well, sadly, this very presentation has nothing to do with that really. But um, we will. Hi, Sasha. We will get back to it later. Okay, what I do mean by face-tuning. All right, but now let me tell you about my teaching context. Uh, I'm in a very peculiar situation because I'm a small town freelance English teacher, and that means that I do mostly one-to-one and one-to-two, one-to-three. That means I teach very small groups. I teach all age groups, all purposes, all group sizes. And now, and now, what's important here is my young learner students who are, well, the youngest are about 2, and the oldest, well, from 2 to 10, I consider them young learners. And as for the groups, they're either individuals or they come in 2s or 3s or very small groups. And sometimes there are these bigger groups with 10, 12, even 14 people, which is very difficult to calculate before. Where I teach is I teach here in my house. The biggest room of my house has been converted into a kind of classroom. So I teach here. So when my students arrive in my office, they come into after a house. It's not an institution, and it is not a school. It is nothing like the other extracurricular activities they go to. So, and also my personality is not that of a normal or a usual teacher. So they don't see me as a teacher. They see me as another kindergartner, a little bigger. Um, and that means that they come in a place that is a venue that is not like a school or not like any other of their extracurricular lessons. And the teacher is not the typical sort of teacher that they are used to. Those behavioral cliches don't really work here. So they are, well, they don't really apply those behavioral patterns that they use in other places. Perhaps if you teach young learners, you're aware of these cliches and behavioral, well, um, so, you know, when they don't behave in the way they behave in other uh, places. Anyway, could you just somehow write in the chat box if you teach young learners? So, do you teach young learners? If you do teach young learners, could you please type yes in the chat box? Young learners is very young learners. Yeah, I know. Uh huh. All right. Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. 3 to 8. Yeah. And here. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's great that I know that. Mm-hmm. All right then. So I need to know right. So if you do teach young learners or not. And getting back to my young learners, they're in a highly monolingual environment. That means that they don't meet anyone who speaks other than our language one, which is Hungarian, and that So sometimes parents try to switch the language of the cartoon channels into English, but as soon as they are old enough to be able to handle it remote, they switch back to their mother tongue. And well, what happens in a typical young learner's classroom? The teacher plans the lesson, right? So we put everything in it. We make the lesson plan. We put the songs, the rhymes, the storytelling, the props, the flashcards, the whatever, big modern movement, small modern movement, everything in it. And then we do the routine. We greet them, we do circle time, everything, and we kind of expect that it works as a machinery and like a machinery, and most of the time it does work like that. So you do something and they react and it works seamlessly most of the time. And but not in my lessons, because I don't know why they during these routine things, like we sit down in a nice circle, we say hello to each other, we get my teddy bear puppet and my guitar, and we started a routine and we sang the usual song, and we sung every single week. And then they come up with the most irrelevant comments, remarks, news, and stuff. I'm sure you know that. Like, we are singing and trying to wake the bear up. All the little eyes are focused on the bear. And then one girl says, "Mommy bought red nail polish." Oh my god, really? Okay, yeah, it makes sense to them. And so you know this. In the chat box, could you just type some of these typical irrelevances, irrelevant things that they, irrelevant comments that they just put in? How many mosquito bites they have? How many scars and bruises? Anything else that you have in mind that they typically drop in? Plus, yeah, yes, yes. Something new that made both. So, yeah. Losing their stuff. Yeah. Complaint. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure. So, okay. So you're at home with that. So you know this. Then, okay. What? Yeah. Accidents. I love accidents, and we are heroes. Yeah. Scratches. Yeah. And yeah, my favorite is mosquito bite. What's the difference between a teacher and a servant? It's hard, and yeah. Yeah, what the teacher's wearing. Oh my. Princess. So typical, yeah. A princess and nothing else. Like, what are we going to do today? You don't know it. Yeah, oh yeah, when their mom. So typical. Yeah. What trick can you play? Yeah. So it's typical in my lessons. Are we going to learn a new trick? But then I love you. Yeah, that's right. So in the most unexpected moments, they come up to hug you and say, "I love you so much." And okay, I love you too, but yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. And if we separate the comments about the lesson, uh-huh. Yeah. So Is that your name? So you can make them focus. Uh-huh. But still, they have these irrelevant things. That if we see this, what are we going to do today? Are we going to play a game? Are we going to sing a song? Okay, that's quite relevant to the lesson. But what about these seemingly irrelevant things that they say that how much I love you, what mommy, what time mommy is coming, and what happened to us on the weekend? What do you do? Do you ignore them, or how do you react? What is your reaction? What can be? What kind of reaction? If you saw Juan's session, I think it was on Friday. He mentioned this and incorporate that. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. You try to answer in English. Yeah, you give them time. That's right. So later you can make a lesson plan, some worksheet based on what they. Yeah, that's another good thing. Turn it into a song or story. Yeah, story is very easy to make a story. Yeah, really. Wow, that's interesting. Uh-huh. 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 Lesson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we do, right? Yeah. Yeah. Look, these are the things that I usually do. Well, and there are some techniques you mentioned that require a bit more work. Uh huh. Yeah, that's true. I think that's very good. That's very good, Maria. Oh, you got so good ideas. There should be a separate session about that. Improvise, yeah, sure. We need to improvise. Well, well, the quick fix to that is, as Juan said on Friday, just recast what they said in English and then hope that it is compelling, comprehensible, non-targeted, comprehensible input. And I just hope that it will be acquired because I'm a zealous Freshanian and well, I just do that and I listen to them and next time I try to use everything that they say. But well, yes, we need to see that we push things and obviously the learners pull the things and they are really open to the songs and the rhymes that we want to teach them and and that's okay. But we need to pay attention that they're pushing something. In this way, they have something to do. So not like think of those. Maybe you have these zombie-ish teenage students who just sit there and very tired and they have nothing to say, or the very tired business English students who they can't answer your question. So tired, they have nothing to do. These young learners have a lot to say. I mean, not nothing to do, nothing to say. So these young learners have a lot to say. What they don't have is this B1, B2 level English to express themselves. So they express themselves in the mother tongue, and and you as a teacher have to be on your toes all the time and try to improvise and incorporate everything in the process. And well, let's have a look at the expectations and beliefs of learners, parents, and teachers in this matter, in this very matter, about what young learners push. What do young learners expect? I think young learners of mine expect clear fun. They kind of expect learning English, but they don't really know what it's good for. So they think it's just songs and rhymes and Peppa Pig. They need fun. They want fun. What do parents want? Well, that's a harder thing because parents want something tangible to learning output. They want, they expect little get, which is the Hungarian for middle school. They want the little kids to know words like dog, cat, colors, and everything in any context, anywhere there. Because they want them to produce these learning outcomes that they believe as learning outcomes. They are not interested in skills and soft skills. They want to see something is happening. And if they come in the lesson, you know these shop window lessons when parents come in and see your lesson, and what they see when you react to their irrelevant language one comments, what they see is, I think, chaos. So I often hear back about myself, because it's a small town, that my lessons are just near chaos, and that we just don't do anything interesting. We just sing and have fun and laugh, and it's even sometimes in Hungarian and stuff. And and the teacher speaks English and students speak Hungarian, and there's just no point in it. And oftentimes you don't have the opportunity to explain to parents what you're doing, what that you're doing is actually principled. And so what you have finally is a lot of frustrations. Actually, this is what I do have, and I'm totally alone. So I have no staff room, mind you. So my staff room is basically iTDi. So I am that little boat in the ocean, as it was in the song. And I'm left there with lots of dilemmas. And well, these dilemmas of mine, they push me forward a lot, because I'm forced to work on them. And now the fake it till you make it technique that I want to show you today, it came out from a kind of dilemma. And how do you deal with your dilemmas? So again, in the chat box, can you tell me what you do when you have these frustrations, dilemmas, when you really don't know what to do? So where do you go for help? So in the old days, I just try to consult books, which were not always the best thing to do. Yeah, that's right. But when you have this thing that, am I doing this right, or shouldn't I do that, or shouldn't I do that? Shouldn't I be strict, be someone different? Ask them what they want to do. Do when you have this professional dilemma? Never let them think you know. Yeah, sure. Well, I can't act as well, so I can't pretend that I'm confident when I'm not. So, well, actually, what I used to do is I try to check the books, the clever books, and then I try to ask my colleagues. And then there is your network. Yeah, that's great. Good thing, no. But in general, what you do about dilemmas is I just think and try to do it in another way. Try something different. do it right the other way. And well, there was my dilemma about the lots of irrelevant looking language one um, things that students pushed, and then this little girl just saved my life one day, and well, her name is Barbi, and she's the daughter of my high school best friend. Now she's 8 years old, and back then when this happened, and she kind of helped me solve this big problem of mine. Um, she was 7, yeah, and she hadn't had too many English lessons in her life. So I think it was 15th English lesson first. And those English lessons hadn't been too regular as well. So well, she just came in and she found this very magnetic puppet theater. You might know this. So it's paper background and little wooden figure with magnets, and you can play also things with the little figures. And well, my approach to one-to-one dogma, one-to-one young learners. I mean, when one young learner, one lesson, one teacher. That's what one to one. I use the dogma approach. That is, dogma. It means that the lesson is conversation driven. Um, it relies on emergent language and it's material light. So there's no material. So I don't prepare with a song or an animal or something. I just use some trigger that starts communication, and the trigger is something that you just leave on the table. Should it be a pair of scissors, pencil? But that time I left this puppet there on the table. And what she did was she just simply grabbed it, because she's this kind of learner who she's not very shy. So she comes in and she grabs whatever she's interested in, and she started to perform the story literary writing to it, because those were the puppets that she found. And she started to play that story, literate writing to it. And do you think she knew enough English to tell a story of Little Red Riding Hood in English? After like 15 English lessons, every now and then, so not even weekly. So yeah, she didn't speak so good English. So what she did, she started to play that story, and then suddenly I had this idea, and I recorded her. So we spent about 10 minutes of her English lesson solely in Hungarian. And I recorded her telling the story of the little girl with her own words in Hungarian. And that reminded me of another student 2 years before this happened. It was a boy, and he was 20 minutes late from his 45-minute long lesson. So he was 20 minutes late, and he came in very excited and saying, "Barbie, I'm sorry I'm late, but I had a little technical problem." And the technical problem actually was that his boots got stuck in a huge pile of snow, and he had to just somehow remove his boots, and that's why he was 20 minutes late. And well, he was so excited that I clearly saw that we need to use that story to learn English. So back then we created a kind of cartoon. So we used an app on my tablet, drawing and narrating, and we made a story with a very similar technique that is going to be presented here now. So what we did, I recorded her, and the rest of the lesson we spent on something else, like drawing grandmother literary writing to a big bad wolf and practicing like two big nose, two big eyes, and we ended up caricatures of grandmother having two big eyes and two big teeth. So we had great fun. And then when she left, I just thought that okay, there's this video recording of her um, with with the Little Red Riding Hood story, and why don't we create the English version of that story? So what I did was I wrote an English script, which was strictly based on what she said, but slightly adjusted to her English level, so what she can pronounce. So far from being, her English was really restricted. So she knew things like chocolate and a couple of nursery rhymes. So I made a script. In the next lesson, I told her my idea, and we recorded the story again, and we cheated a bit. So we faked something, and the end product was a video that I want to copy in the chat box. And I would really like you to open this video and watch it. I hope this is the right video. And so you just watch this video, 2 or 3 minutes, I think, to see what the end product of that project lesson one. I'm checking whether it's the right video or not. Okay, that's the right video. So watch it. It's 3 minutes, okay? So please open it for yourself and watch it. Mhm. So I suppose you have seen it. This is very cute. Mhm. And you know, I didn't push that story, so she chose that story. Like, she came in and she played that story, and then we worked hard, used some technical magic, and this is the outcome. And obviously, um, well, she can't tell the story in English, so it doesn't mean that now, if you ask her, Monica, please tell the story of Little Red Riding Hood, she can't tell the story. But well, we have a video of her, you know, telling the story. And well, what happened here? So okay, this video is kind of fake, but this is a video narrated by the learner herself, and this is based on something that she wanted to do. Um, the language level is way beyond her language 2 level, so she can't speak so good English. Okay, and the parents' reaction was amazing because what happened? Her mom was amazing. You can imagine she never heard her daughter speak English, and she's a fluent speaker of English, so she can um so she knows how much it works. We used lots and lots of drills, and it was amazing how much effort that little girl was willing to put in it. And we had huge fun, and we have a lost thing. So it was really very good. And well, just very quickly, let me tell you how we made that video, and where was the faking and cheating and tricking. So if you choose to use a video project or a lesson sequence like that, like this, the first step is you get to elicit content in language 1. It can be a story, like in this case, and I've done it with a lot of groups and a lot of different children and small groups. And we so far we used a story. We made a board game, so a board game rules and how to play this board game with a sister and brother. We made a video about house rules, so what to do and what not to do in the classroom. With the girl, we made a how-to video. It was cooking. We made a video message to one of my students' mother. It was her birthday, and she came. Oh, this is mommy's birthday. Great. So, shall we make an English-speaking video message for her? Yeah, sure. These things we have done. Whatever you want. So the main thing is that the language, the content must come from them. Okay, then what's the next step? When they go home, your precious free time, you write a script. And the script of the video should be uh, adjustable to their abilities. Um, then, step 3, when they come to the next lesson, you have to rehearse the script. You have to listen to them, check whether they are able to pronounce those things, and you will have to alter the script. So take into consideration their uh, uh, um, articulatory basis. So they are not able to pronounce everything, and maybe you have to simplify the script. Now, when you have a script, now comes drilling. Now, this is the fun part. They love it. So, you can use a lot of techniques to drill. I'm sure you are aware of these. If you're teaching learners, you can use chant. You can rap. What I usually do is I go on YouTube and I type hip hop bass beat and instrumental, and then you can find popular songs instrumental versions, and they are very good basis for rapping. And then we rap. We read. Uh, I've got 3 students, 3 sisters. They love dancing, and they practice utterances while dancing, so they connect them with movement, and actually they do the choreography. And then we use technology, so we use the voice morpher, and then they are willing to say the same things again and again, and we listen to it, in a funny voice, like very high pitched voice and really low pitched voice and everything. And there's the technique back chaining. Back chaining? Could you type it in chat box if you're aware of the technique back chaining? It's a pronunciation practice technique. Yeah. So I think you know it when there's a sentence, for example, Little Red Riding Hood went to the forest, and then you say forest, forest, to the forest, the forest, to the forest, to the forest, went to the forest, went to the forest, and you from the back you repeat the sentence again and again, and you can throw things to connect the drill with a movement. My favorite. Oh no, not my favorite, but I have an app. It's called something like Dubstep Looper. Yeah, it's repetition. Repetition. It's just repetition, sugar coated. Oh, I don't know which one it is. So there's. Do you know the music style or whatever it is for? I don't know what dubstep. Um, Here's an app. So it works like you have a range of drums and bass sounds and chords and music. And with one of my students, we love this because he was allowed to choose one drum. Can you hear that? And then we said like Little Red Riding Hood went to the forest. And then if he was good enough, he could add something else. Little Red Riding Hood went to the forest. When he was good, I didn't know anyone. And then he slowly. What? The app is called um, Loop Pads 24. Pads 24. Oh my god. Am I here? I think Loop by 24 is the name of the app, but if you just write, what's that again? What's the name of that? Dubstep, that's the keyword. Am I here? I don't see. Okay, I'm there. Something funny with my screen. So, it's dubstep. Little boys love it. It's horrible. And, thank you, Chuck. and they just enjoy it like hell. So they will repeat whatever you want as many times as you want. So this is the fourth step. Okay. So the fourth step and the next step should be step 5. When you feel that you've practiced enough, then you record the video. But the language level of the video is normally way too difficult for them. So what you do is record the video with a bit of cheat, which means you start the camera and you sort of precast the script. That means that you say a sentence and then they repeat after you. as many times as it's perfect or near perfect. And so you will have a recording with your voice, your student saying the sentence, your voice with the next sentence, your student saying the sentence, and so on and so on and so on. And then when they go home again, it's your turn. You've got to edit the video using any video editor. It could be a Windows Movie Maker, it could be iMovie, anything, to just cut the unwanted parts. So cut the piece that you say, and finally what you have is only the students speaking English. So you know what I mean. So this is the cheat here. So this is the faking here. Okay. So finally, you have this edited video. I think using these video editors is very easy. So you can do it. So you can exclude the parts that are not needed. And finally, you present the video to your students and share the video with the parents, and then everybody will be very, very happy. And besides having a very cool video in which the learner speaks English, let's see what has happened, because it's not just fun and faking and making cool videos. But let's see. So I think that's the basic of dummy approach, that the ownership of learning should be handed over to the student, or it belongs to any humanistic approach to learning and teaching. So as the content was provided by the student, so what is invested by the student is the content and the effort while drilling. What's invested by the teacher is guidance and form. So we give the form, they give the content. And this is just one thing. Another thing is the vision of a future language to self. I don't know whether you're familiar with this thing, the language to motivational self system by Zoltán Zörny, which is, as far as I know, a most up-to-date approach to motivation in learning a second language. One crucial element of the system is to have a vision of a future self, an ideal future self that speaks the target language. So what you need to do, you need to make your students imagine themselves in the future using English. And this very vision must be very, very tangible, near reality. So it should be, so they have to be able to imagine it very, very clearly. It should be a very vivid image. And I don't know, I think this video is just the ultimate scaffolding for an image like that. So is that the NLP session? I had no idea about that. So, okay. Also, if we talk about motivation, the sense of accomplishment, the sense of success, so the feeling of success is also quite immense there. Also, you have a recyclable product. Okay, these videos you can use anytime, again, in 10 years, in 5 years. You don't know what will be done with the videos. And another, I think, another motivational thing is the parent engagement. Because parents' reaction is, it's not the usual thing that, okay, you give the child a smiley because she or he was so good. Okay, another smiley. Oh, okay, my son, you're nice, blah, blah, blah. Good. Or you give another, I don't know, thing that they can take home, or a sticker or something. Oh, very good. Okay, and the parent will react and congratulate them. Good work, son. But when they see this video, it's so genuine. So that kind of praise is so genuine. So try this. Maybe Nina Sabtina had a project with videos, and she could tell you about how parents' reactions and parents' genuine praise might increase motivation in learning. And live dramas, yeah. Judy, you're mentioning this to elicit parent engagement, right? Yeah. That's precious. Okay, so this is what happened, and well, actually, pretty much this is what I want to speak about today. Finally, we're at the end of the session. Do you have any questions or comments? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay, now I can drink all my. Well, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbi. That was just great.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone, for being here. Very nice session with people from all over the world learning how to fake it until you make it, or make it until you fake it. Make it and fake it. No, I know what it was. It's very good. I love the excellent stuff. Is it emergent teacher theater? Yes, emergent language theater. Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Oh, just one more thing. If anybody wants to see videos of my students doing similar projects, please drop me a message because of privacy issues. So parents don't really want me to share kids' videos with the world. So if you contact me, if you drop me a message or an email, I can send you links. With,
we can follow you on Twitter. You're not on Twitter, are you? Active?
Well, I am, but
oh well.
But
you can follow Barbi on Facebook quite easily. Easy to find. I'm going to give you the link for Barbara. Here she is. There you go. Took me a minute to pull that up, but there it is. If you want to follow Barbi on Facebook and send her a little message.
Thank you for sharing.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to take us back to the lobby where we can see some photos of what's happening. Next, in about 1 hour, we're going to have Theodora live from Greece with a fabulous session. And tomorrow, just to remind you, we've got the fabulous Kevin Stein, who you may or may not know is the current curator of the iTDi blog. He's just been doing a fabulous job with that. If you don't know about the iTDi blog, I'll put a link in there for you. Pro blog. It's just, this is great stuff all the time. I was the curator for a while, and then Kevin, I was running out of ideas for new things after 3 years, and Kevin came in full of energy and just made it into something wonderful. He puts the B in blog. It just says Barbi puts the D in dog. Just as Jason puts the R in rhyme and rhythm. Well, we just got a couple of minutes. I want to remind everybody that if you'd like to validate your learning, you can do so by purchasing a really affordable professional development package from iTDi. It starts as, you can get a 6 credit hour package for just $12. You submit some short papers based on some writing prompts that we've come up with. I know Vivian Wang in the room is doing that. Vivian has already finished 3 of her papers already.
Wow,
Vivian.
great.
Yeah.
Hey, Vivian.
And Vivian is just challenging herself. There's lots of reasons why you might want to do that. But if you're successful with your papers, then you receive a certificate of accomplishment by email. And you can even get a signed and printed copy sent to your house by postal mail for a small additional charge. But it's worth doing. And all the money we might bring in from professional development goes back into providing scholarships for teachers in the developing world. So you do two things at the same time. You help us and you help other teachers too. Jason, any words of wisdom there?
Just that, just a cliche, but it's a good one for this. It's a win-win. It really is. Though.
So it's a win-win. Barbi, any final words about anything at all?
I'm just so happy to have been able to be here. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to the next sessions.
Yeah, me too. It was a great.
If Barbie's happy and we all learned so much from Barbie, then that's a win-win too, I think.
All right.